off the top, police arresting a teenager for the alleged murder of a rabbi who was shot dead while walking to temple.
We want this vicious thug to be prosecuted to the fullest extent the law allows.
The killer, prosecutors say, was only 14 at the time of the crime.
But that teenager's family says he has an alibi tonight. Local 10 News reporter Amy Vatiri covering our top story from Miami tonight. Amy.
Calvin, Lori, the family of Rabbi Joseph Raksin hung this lantern you see behind me in his memory, and also neighbors planted a small rainbow eucalyptus you can see starting to grow in remembrance of that man of faith who was just walking to synagogue. He was here from New York visiting family, walking through this neighborhood when someone shot and killed him in what's being called an attempted robbery. Tonight, a teenager is in custody charged with murder, and police say they will not stop until everyone involved is arrested.
Relief and some smiles from the family of Rabbi Joseph Raksin. After 16 long months, they have what they're calling the first step toward justice.
We want this vicious thug to be prosecuted to the fullest extent the law allows.
Police say this 15-year-old DeAndre Charles is one of the people who approached Raksin on Northeast 175th Street at 8th Court as he walked to synagogue the morning of August 9th, 2014, and what prosecutors are now calling an armed robbery.
And be on his way to a house of worship and be gunned down in the middle of the street. I mean, it just doesn't get any more heinous.
The terrible irony, the rabbi wasn't carrying cash, as his Orthodox Jewish faith requires on the Sabbath. His daughter, Israel Labkwski Raksin, says the arrest, which comes on the third day of Hanukkah, has special meaning.
The light that my father had will continue to burn brightly with his children and grandchildren and will never be extinguished.
Miami-Dade police say this rough sketch drawn by a witness after the shooting was one of the first clues they had. Early Wednesday, officers went to this home on Northwest 182nd Terrace with a search warrant and took Charles into custody. Family members showed us the aftermath of the search and maintain Charles was at home when the crime took place.
They already interrogated him twice and trying to pin it on him, and I done with it.
It's sad what happened to the family, of course, but this lady's child had nothing to do with it at all.
We learned the teen is a freshman at Miami Norland Senior High with a juvenile record for theft and resisting arrest without violence. Miami-Dade's top cop says this arrest is bittersweet and believes there are others behind the deadly attack.
Let me be clear to the perpetrators, if you're watching this, turn yourselves in or we will come get you.
Strong words. Now, this is an ongoing investigation, so prosecutors were willing to say very little about evidence, but they did tell us it involves DNA that links Raksin to that suspect, DeAndre Charles. At this time, Charles is charged with first-degree murder as well as attempted armed robbery. We're live in Northeast Miami-Dade. Amy Vatiri, Local 10 News.